Magandang umaga! Gising na Pilipinas at pamilya! I practiced that all month just for you guys. Let's turn our Bibles to Hebrews chapter 12. I want to ask you a question. Gusto mo ba ng Ampalaya? I don't know about you, but I don't like bitterness. And neither does God. In Hebrews chapter 12, in verse 14, I want to talk about bitterness as it pertains to our walk with God. And it says, make every effort to live in peace with all men and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. See to it that no one misses the grace of God and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. I want to talk about bitterness today because bitterness is something that all of us can relate to, but it's something that none of us can overcome if we choose to allow it into our lives. The Bible says that bitterness happens when we miss the grace of God. Understanding that God has forgiven you of everything. And therefore, how could you possibly hold someone's sin against them? The consequence of bitterness is that it will grow up, it will cause trouble, and it will defile many people. Bitterness for everyone is something they believe that they can control, and oftentimes that they feel justified by. Someone sins against you, and you think it's okay to resort to bitterness. Bitterness is often true, but always wrong. Whenever I've seen someone that's battling bitterness, it's because of a valid reason. Someone did something, they go, isn't that bad? I go, yeah, it is bad. They go, see, that's why I feel the way I feel. No. Yes, that's bad. But it's unacceptable for you to respond the way that you are. Bitterness is understandable, but it's unacceptable. Bitterness is a poison, and poison will kill you. And bitterness is like letting a snake free in the fellowship and hoping that it's only going to bite one specific person. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to bite many people. And your bitterness eventually is going to kill your walk with God. One of the illustrations I love when it comes to bitterness is the story of a snake going through the garden. And as it was going through the garden, it brushed up against a saw that cut the side of it. Its natural response was to think that that saw was a predator trying to attack it. And so it quickly, without even thinking, it just lunged to take a bite out of the saw. And when it did it, it cut its mouth straight open because it had bitten the saw. Its natural reaction was to think that it's going to attack me more, so it continued to bite it, tearing its face up, eventually to the point that it thought, this isn't working, I've got to squeeze it. And so it went around the saw in an attempt to try and squeeze it, and it killed itself. That's what bitterness does to us. We think that we're going to hurt the other person, when in fact, the only person that you're really going to kill is yourself, and you're going to hurt the people around you in the process. Don't be like the snake. Be like Jesus. And to live with a standard of forgiveness, and don't resort to bitterness. Today, I want to challenge you. Don't be foolish. Bitterness is going to hurt the people around you, and in the end, it's going to destroy you. It's not worth it. My real challenge to you today is if you're battling bitterness, stop being a coward. Bitterness is when you have hurt feelings, you have tampo, someone did something against you, and you don't have the courage to just let it go and forgive them. Don't be a coward. Forgive so that you can be forgiven, but ultimately forgive so that you can be at peace and so that you can be happy with your life. Bitterness is a poison that is going to hurt you, it's going to hurt those that are around you, and it's going to defile people. It's Satan's plan for your life, but not God's. So today, make the decision to get rid of any bitterness, any tampo, any hurt, any resentment, so that you can live your life free from those temptations. And that is the dose. God is absent in a lot of people's lives. Joy is a necessary part of being a Christian. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to do Bible studies, have any prayer requests, please click the link below and we want to help you in your relationship with God.